Me and Mama are making some chocolate syrup to make chocolate milk.
My favorite. Love me some chocolate milk. Never had fresh chocolate milk before though. Okay. And remember, let me get my coffee mug. My opinion's always right, because I'm Mrs. Always Right.
So we're gonna start with a half a cup of sugar. And we're doing a little under half a gallon, but if there's extra, you can always just keep it, put it in a jar or something.
But we won't have extra. We're going to add it all to it.
Yeah. And then
Quarter cup of cocoa?
Yep.
A heaping quarter cup of cocoa. Okay?
Okay. And then the same amount of your cocoa, you'll do some water.
Okay. Now let's just do this.
I know, my milk and stuff is in the sink, soaking.
Okay. Okay.
And get us a little whisk. All right.
What do we need to turn the heat on?
I would do like medium or medium low, whatever. I mean, it's not really a big deal.
I'm gonna put these up and start whisking.
And it's gonna seem like way too much solids to water, but that's okay because we're making a syrup. So the more water, the longer it's gonna have to boil. So we don't want to do too much water, and then it's gonna take too long. So here, do you know whisk that?
Yeah.
I couldn't hold the pot still. Look, it's already pretty thick, so now we're just heating it up, which is going to help it thin up just a little bit, but
we're okay with it being thick.
that's pretty good. So then we're just going to heat it up. You can whisk it while you're doing it just to keep it from burning, but as soon as it starts boiling, as soon as it boils, we're just going to let it bubble for a little, like literally like less than a minute, just a little bit.
There's little bubbles, so it's starting.
Yeah. We'll make sure it's at like a solid boil, and then we're good. It's really very simple, very easy, but it makes really good chocolate milk.
I can't wait.
So we have raw milk from our cow, and usually I'll make chocolate milk if I've skimmed all the cream off of our milk, because then we're just like a skim milk, and I mean it's still pretty fatty compared to store milk because she's a Jersey, she makes a lot of cream, and it's still really good, but it's just more on the watery side, and my kids are used to some full fat milk, and so once I have skim milk, I will make chocolate milk, and it literally will not last anytime. I mean, if my husband is there when I'm making it, he will drink it all immediately. Like, he will get a giant cup and just drink it all. The kids love it. It's great. And I've seen some other like homesteaders say like you can start with like a really sugary recipe and then slowly go down. So I may start experimenting with some less sugar later, or maybe some honey or some other ways.
But not at my house.
Or maple syrup or something. But for now, we're doing the sugar, and it's fine, and it's great and delicious, and everybody likes it. So I've tried some other ways. Some people just put like those ingredients just straight into their milk and mix it. I find making the syrup helps it separate less, and I feel like it's just more, I don't know, better. The texture is better, but it's easy, and it really doesn't take long to boil. So we're just waiting on it now. We're almost there. There we go. So we're gonna let it do that just for, I don't know, a minute less. You don't want it to burn or anything, but you want it to get that last little bit of moisture out. And get it to a nice thick syrup. I'll turn that heat down some. Okay, we should be good to take it off the heat now. turn this all the way off. And now we're just gonna let it come to room temperature. Once it's room temperature, we're gonna add our vanilla.
My hands.
So now we're gonna add our vanilla. You can measure it. You don't even have to add the vanilla. I've done it with and without. Doesn't really matter either way.
So how much do you usually add?
Just maybe a teaspoon. I just eyeball it really.
You know, the cap is a teaspoon.
Oh, well, the more you know.
Yep.
So now we're just gonna whisk that in. And then once it's whisked in, we will add it to our milk.
What? Look how thick.
I think that heaping scoop of cocoa powder made it extra thick today.
Gonna be yum, 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 yum in my tum, 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 tum.
We hold the jar and I'll twist it open. Keep the whisk because we'll just scrape it out with that.
I was gonna use the...
Alright, and I'm just gonna add like a dash of salt. You can probably start at the beginning. I always just add just a little hint. It just really seems to like...
I put salt in all my buttercream and cake mixes. It's okay.
Put it in everything. It makes the sugar,
sweetness.
yeah. It makes the sugar kind of stand out. So you can see our cream line there. We did skim some off. But there's still some in there. You can do it with completely skimmed milk. You can do this from store milk if you want. You can do it from like skim milk, 2% whole. I could make it with our milk that's not been skimmed at all. It would just be really creamy. And it's good enough on its own without chocolate added. When it's full cream, which I mean it's good when it's skimmed, but the chocolate just adds enough fanciness to it for the kids to want it. Ooh.
Yummy.
You don't have to push it. Look, I need to push it, right? Look, I need to push it. No, you don't have to go. You can just let the button go. You don't have to push it.
So you could use all of that in a half gallon. You could use less. You can double, triple, quadruple the recipe. I mean, it's so easy. It really doesn't matter. I've seen a lot of people make it this way on YouTube and other places. I've seen people make it a million different ways. This is just what we've tried and what works for us, and we're really casual about measuring it. It really is not an exact science. I've made it with cake batter extract instead of vanilla extract. That was okay. I felt like it was a little odd. But I mean, you could probably put some cool stuff in there. It works really good as a hot chocolate too. We heat it up and have it as hot chocolate. Do you have the whisk? Just gonna whisk it up. At home I have an immersion blender and that's what I use to stir it, and I feel like it makes it take a lot longer to separate out. But if you don't have that, you can just whisk it really hard until it's completely mixed in. The immersion blender is really quick, but it is kind of messy because it tries to explode out the top. You could even close it and just shake it too if that's something you want to do, but just a good mixing.
So now I can close it and shake it?
Yeah.
Woo. Watch this.
It's gonna be good.
Raise it up.
Moment of truth.
Yummy.
I make this all the time, but this is my mom's first time trying it.
It's good.
She is a chocolate milk snob and only drinks Promised Land. But now you got raw milk, so you've got the probiotics and the enzymes that hasn't been pasteurized, hasn't been homogenized, and it's just as good.
It's yummy. Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yay.